Hey guys, welcome back to Kitchen Hero. On today's episode, we're going to make poutine. If you watched the last video, I showed you how to make French fries. We're basically going to do the same recipe. We're going to change it up a little bit, show you how to make a quick brown gravy from scratch, and then wrap it up. So please like, subscribe, enjoy, leave comments, and try making it yourself because it's awesome. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so here we are. We've got some beef stock, or you can find beef broth. We've got some flour, some cheese curds, a little butter, salt and pepper. That's all we need here to get some gravy going, some cheese curds. Also, we've got our potatoes here going in the vinegar water as well. Getting the starch out, you can see how cloudy that is. So it's going to be great, ready to go. Alright, so right now we're going to make a real quick brown gravy. Basically, you're going to take 1 part butter. Say you use a tablespoon, you're going to use the same amount of flour. We're going to basically make a nice little roux out of it. And the nice little trick is, you got this butter going, let it get a little darker brown. As you can see, like right here. It'll give it a nice flavor, a nuttier flavor, and give you better gravy. So right now, our butter's melted. We're going to stir in a little flour and mix until incorporated. And basically, you want it to turn into like wet sand. You don't want it to be runny, but at the same time, you don't want it to be bone dry. And once you get to that ratio where it looks good, you're going to let it go for about a minute or two. And that basically will cook off the flour a little bit and get rid of the flour taste. And it won't be so like bready and dry and gritty. So right now I've got that just about where I want it. Alright, so right now we've got wet sand here. Let that go literally for a minute and just keep an eye on it. You don't want it to go too much, you don't want it to burn, but it's going to get us great flavor. Alright, so right now I'm looking good, so I'm going to splash a little bit of water in here and mix vigorously. And this is going to kind of steam for the first couple minutes, but once it starts to incorporate with that flour and butter, it's going to start giving you a nice brown, thick sauce. So you're going to just keep going and stir as you go, because as you keep going and stirring, it'll start incorporating, get thicker, but by stirring this quickly, you're going to get nice smooth consistency. Just using beef broth here. And once you get it to where it is incorporated, we're going to bring it back up to a boil and just make sure it cooks off and comes together. So you can see, we've already got to start a nice brown gravy right here. So once this is coming together, what I like to do is I like to put some fresh cracked pepper in it. Put as much as you want. Then we're also going to season this with kosher salt as well. And we're going to taste this as we go. Alright, so we're starting to bubble again. It's starting to get nice and thick. And it really depends on how much gravy you need. If you're making this dish for a few people, you're going to want to probably use the whole container of beef broth and a little bit more butter and flour. But I'm just making a quick little side dish here. So right now I'm just going to go in. You see it's still runny, but I'm going to taste it. Alright, it's tasting pretty good. So be careful. At this point, you don't want to over season it because this can continue to reduce. For some reason, if you add too much salt and it gets too salty, just add a little bit more water to balance out and taste it again. You might need to add a little bit more salt. You might need to add a little bit more water. But I'm just going to take this, mix it up one more time. Give it one more taste. Since I'm eating this, I'm using the same spoon. But if you're cooking this for a bunch of people, please use different spoons between tastings. Or wash off your spoon you're using. Alright, I think we're all set with that. Here you go. It's a nice, quick, easy gravy. Nice dark brown. Got a good amount of flavor. We're just going to put it off to the side now and keep it warm. Alright, so here we go again. We're back to making French fries. As you saw in the previous video, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get some paper towel. Take your French fries, put them in that water with vinegar. And we're just going to let them dry here for a minute, just to get some of that water back out of here. And we're going to heat our oil back up to 300. We're basically, like I said, cooking these through once again, blanching these, doing all the cooking, and at the very end, we will come back and finish these at a higher temperature. Alright, so here we go. Once again, back at 300, we're putting these back in. Just please be careful. Use your spider. I'll put a link to this below. Just load them on there. You can drop them right in the oil. It makes it just a little bit easier and safer. That way it's not splashing back on you, because hot oil does not feel good unless you're German. So just remember, as we put these in, it's going to lower the temperature just a bit. So keep an eye on it. Like I said, all these are doing is cooking on the inside. We're not looking for color here. Alright guys, so here we go. We got our oil up to 350. What I like to do is instead, on these french fries, instead of just cutting them fry length, I like to cut them in half. Because I think poutine is more of a fork food instead of a finger food. But I mean, it depends. If you're from Manitoba, you might like that. So we're going to put our fries here in the oil, and like I said, they're already cooked. We're just looking for color here. So this literally take 2 minutes, and it really depends on how big and thick they are. These are a little bit thicker, just because I think they need a little bit more heft to them when you're doing something like poutine versus just a regular french fry. Alright guys, so I think we're all set. We've been going for a couple minutes here. We got a nice golden brown color. I'm just going to drain my fries once I put them here in the bowl. Same thing, we want to season them right after they come out of the oil. Especially when they got a little fat on them. Help everything stick, all your seasonings. And you can kind of get creative here and play around with seasonings and what you do. But here, like I said, a couple big pinches of salt. We're going to mix these around, get it nice and coated. Alright, and here's the key. We're going to build this layer by layer. So I've got a nice little dish. I'm going to put a little base of fries down. I'm going to add a couple cheese curds on top. Then I'm going to take our gravy and put a nice dollop of gravy over the top. Same thing. Next layer. We'll probably let's do 3 layers here. A couple more cheese curds on top. A little bit more gravy. That way you're layering it, every bite has flavor. You're not just getting all the good stuff on the top. And lastly, we're going to add a couple more fries. You know how to make this a little bit pretty, so everybody's going to see this. Just a little bit more seasoning on top, because you're going to taste it right away, so it's going to give you a good punch. A few more cheese curds here. And we're going to take the last of our gravy. Just going to sprinkle it over the top here. And there you guys go. Easy poutine. Simple, easy. Great after a night of drinking or doing whatever you do for fun. And like I said, you can change it up a little bit. Take a little bit of your leftover Parmesan, sprinkle it over the top. You got a great dish, homemade, simple. You know what's in the dish. It's all ingredients you used that you cut, so it's nothing that's super processed. Guys, doesn't that look great? A nice dish. I mean, you could eat that for a dinner. Hey guys, I just want to thank you for watching again. Any questions, any suggestions you have, please leave in the comments below. Poutine, super easy, simple, quick, literally 10 to 15 minutes. Come home from a late night out, it's a great hearty meal. Also, when the weather gets cold, goes a long way to warm you up. Anything I use in this video, from tools, materials, will be linked below. Please leave comments, please leave suggestions. Today I spoke with one of Bluffton's finest, Dave Burns, and he gave me a French fry suggestion. And here we go, 2 French fries videos today. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.